Accepting the plaque on behalf of the St. Stephen State Championship basketball team, Mr. John Couture.
Well, I don't talk as well as the rest of the people that used to, that were up here, so bear with me. I'd like to thank, first of all, the Saginaw County Hall of Fame for this honor. On behalf of the team, we've talked briefly over the last several months, and everyone to a man has expressed the appreciation of this honor. I would also like to take a moment to thank my brother, who, without his drive, he's the only relative back in Saginaw. With his drive, and he actually put us into this thing, at least to my knowledge. And I'm pleased that after 50 years, we have reached this level where we're honored to do this. And so, Jim, thank you very much. Team. It's the best four-letter word in the sport. We had what I would consider to be 14 young, and I'm talking young. I graduated from high school, I was 17. I don't think we had but two people that were 18 years old. We experienced a process by a coach, Sam Franz and Hub Lynch, that we bought into, we realized was successful, and we knew that all we had to do was follow the rule and good things will happen. We were never taught that winning was the only thing. Effort was everything. And quite frankly, we as a group experienced the hardest of our effort was during practice. It really wasn't the opponent that we were going to play on any given Tuesday, Friday, or Saturday night. Practices were intense. Practices were physical. Everybody knew what everybody else did. Everybody did the same thing. We practiced it day in and day out. So from my point of view, the hardest thing that we had to do to prepare for another team was to practice and practice well. The conditioning part of us was an amazing feat, I believe. We were probably the only school in the area at the time that practiced every Sunday night. And it was a 2-hour practice. Coach Franz invited parents, invited boosters. They all came to sit and watch us practice. And all we did was run. We did agility drills and run. We did footwork, and we ran 2 hours of exhaustion. But we were the most prepared team that ever played on a Tuesday, Friday, or Saturday night. We were able to press. We pressed every game. We pressed all game. And it was the same press. It didn't matter who we played. It didn't matter what the score was. That's what we did. It didn't matter if it was the starting five, if it was the second five, it didn't matter who it was. We practiced the same way every day. And the only team that we had to beat was really ourselves. And fortunately for us, the senior year of my high school career, we were fortunate not to lose any of them. Now, many things came out where we were talking about three-point shots and it wasn't there. Anybody who is born 86 and after probably never heard of a game that somebody could score 85 points a game average plus and not have a three-point shot. That's the intensity that we were taught. That was the intensity that we really absorbed on a daily basis. And I think we've taken it on, and it went on and went beyond us in years past. And we really built this from the beginning. It's hard to believe that my senior year was only the third graduating class of that high school. The previous year, second year, we finished in the finals that year. So the legacy, Pete Miller's brother, Rick Lawler's brother, I had a sister who was a senior in that high school. The legacy that they gave us, and the legacy I think that we left behind, allowed for the success of that school going forward. The truth of everything is really, we were taught confidence, patience, and poise. Many of our games, we were very close at halftime. Many games we were behind at halftime. But we believed in the process, and we never lost our poise. And that's something that nobody seems to want to instill in anyone. They assume that people it'll just happen to them. I'm telling you, you can teach poise in many instances. So my biggest concern at this point is that we end up having a strong and productive group of people who can grow, and I don't care what school it is. So I really appreciate the honor, and I would like to, can I bring them all up?
You sure
Okay. I'd like to take a moment here and make sure that all the people on this team are recognized. And for those who are here, when I call your name, if you come up in front, I would appreciate it. We'll start off with head coach Sam Franz. Our assistant coach, Hub Lynch. Athletic director, Jim Bowen. JV coach, Dan Jacoby. Manager, Jim Rippin. Manager, Dave Waters. Coming? Okay. Bobby Sontag.
They're right behind you, Hub.
Yep. Mark Zooksworth, Bruce Cady, Mike Emenecker, Jim Main, Tracy Weber, Tim Weidman, Ed Scales, Rick Franz, Pete Miller, Rick Lawler, Robbie Armstrong, and Dave Franz. Ladies and come on down here, guys. Move down this way.
Move to your left. Everybody move to your left. There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the 1969 state champion. Yeah, I think so.